أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن الناس من يشري نفسه ابتغاء مرضات الله والله رؤوف بالعباد. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recited Surah Baqarah Ayat number 207. In this ayat, Allah tells us about the favorite people. So, the people who are in love with Allah and they are ready to sacrifice each and everything, even the life, just for Allah. So, these people are the supreme people, and you can say these are the blessings of Allah on the surface of the earth. We read first, Allah said, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and from the people, مَن yashri, who sells nafsahu, himself, hubtigha'a mardatillah, to make Allah happy. Yani, he, the main thing is for that person is just to make Allah happy. He try to find the ways. Nafsahu btigha'a. Tigha mean search. This person is in search of the ways and the special type of things that make Allah happy. He try to find out. He try to research, tries to find which are the best things that I can do to make Allah happy. So that is the best job. So this type of people who is always in search of the things to make Allah happy, and when he or she finds the things and then the person is just to act upon that one to make Allah happy, then these peoples are those one, even if they leave, if they are die, and this trade with Allah is not cheap. It is the best one in the world, because they are getting the reward that the profit of that one is too much more than this whole world. So that is the point. We have to look this one in some peoples, but these peoples are very few who are just to sacrifice each and every desire just to replace it with the desires of Allah and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It means they just completely follow the Sharia of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. That is the will of Allah. This way, then we can read again. Allah said, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and from the people, مَن yashri nafsahu, the person who sells himself or herself, tigaa mardatillah, so who tries to find out the ways to find the will of Allah. So sells himself to make Allah happy. Wallahu, and Allah, Raufum, is beneficent or is kind, bil ibad, to the slaves. And Allah is very kind to his slaves. So the main thing is that here is this is the top category of those people who understood that what is the basic aim of their life. that has been told in Holy Quran that وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Allah created the human and the demons are just for worship. So these are, you know, Alhamdulillah. So the main thing of creation of human and jinn, that is for worship of Allah, just to be obedient to what Allah said. They have to do that one. And look at the creation of all other things. So all other things which have been created, and those are created just to serve human beings and jinn. So this way, the main creation is the human beings and the demons are jinn. This way Allah said, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So Allah created human beings and the jinn just for worship. And yabudun is comes abd. Abd means the slave. So they must be the slave of Allah. So slave is the person who is completely obedient to the master. So this way, the main creation of the human beings and the demons or jinn, that is just uh, for worship and to be obedient to Allah, or as a slave of Allah. If they are not working in this life as a slave of Allah, then they are becoming like deviating from their own basic aim and objective of creation. That is the thing. So this way, the what the lesson we can get, that people who are just understanding their own basic aim, so they became the slave of Allah. And when they are slave of Allah, then they are completely following the Sharia of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and because that is the command of Allah, and they are just to follow the akhlaq, follow the manners of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, follow the life sketch of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They can try to make their life according to the just copying the following the life of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So they try to do that one, and then they are in search of the ways which are better to make Allah happy. They try to find out those one, and then when they find, when there is a need to fulfill some special type of thing that makes Allah more happy, they try to do it just to make Allah happy. And that is the excellent thing. Even they can't think about their own life. If the life they finish, no problem, they say our life, if it is finishing just for Allah, just to make Allah happy, then Alhamdulillah, they say it is the best reward, it is the best thing what we are getting. So these people have been mentioned in this ayat. So Allah said, wa minan nasi, and from the people, man yashri nafsahu, who, a person who sells himself, ibtigha'a mardatillah, and just in search of the ways to make Allah happy. Wallahu raufum bil hibad, and Allah is very kind to his slaves. Abdullah bin Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he revealed that Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and when he was leaving Mecca and to going to Medina as a migration. So at the time of his migration, so the people from the Mecca, they were stopping him, and they tried themselves to stop him not to move forward to go to Medina. In that time, the settlement was done. Just only the point that the money and the properties and the things, whatever you earned in Makkah, and because Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was the rich person of Makkah, and he was having so much wealth and properties. And this way, the people from the Makkah, and those people they said that if you are just to give us all the property and everything what is belonging of you, and then we will leave you, then you are allowed to go to Medina. So settlement have been done, agreement had been done, and then the Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, so he agreed. He told the places where the properties and the belongings were there, and some of his belongings were buried, and he told the address of that one also. So and then those people they left him, and then he made his way to Medina. So this was the best thing. Look, he left each everything just for Allah and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So to make Allah and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam happy, he left each everything, and he started his journey to Medina just with empty hand. This way Allah became very happy, and then this ayat came just for him. And now this ayat is up to the day of judgment. Anyone who will follow and to become a good person in order to find out the ways and measures just to make Allah happy, so those people are the best one up to the day of judgment. And this ayat tells us how much status of this person is before Allah. So Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, blessed person of Allah, and this ayat came just for him. And in this ayat Allah said, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, and from the people, مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ, because he became successful in order to find the way how to make Allah happy. So this way he found that this is the way to make Allah happy, to leave Makkah to go to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and just as a migration, and then help Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and just to spread up Islam, and this was the point which was in his mind, and he left everything just to see the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then with the guidance of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was to do everything just to be slave of Allah and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So what is the greatest achievement? He It was in his mind, and then he acted upon that one just to make Allah happy. This way Allah said, these people who do like that, what the Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu has done, so these people are just to make Allah happy. And Allah is Wallahu Raufum bil Ibad, and Allah is very, very kind upon the people like that. So it means this is the greatest lesson we can get from here, that if we are just to leave every type of desire which comes from our nafs, and also from shaitan or from the society, so we are just to leave everything and to accept everything, every desire, every command that is from Allah, and that has been told to us through the Prophet ﷺ, and we call it Sharia of Prophet ﷺ. So if we are just to follow Sharia completely and implement it in our daily life, and we can make our iman and amal, so our faith and deeds according to the Sharia of Prophet ﷺ, alhamdulillah, and then it is the best way to make Allah happy. So even we can find more and more things which are the best one to make Allah happy. Like sometimes the situation comes when there is some people they are need, like if there is some trouble throughout somewhere in the place, and then they need the money, they need the wealth, they need help, and that time is the time to make Allah more happy. So we must be the first person to help there. So it mean that is the point. So it mean we can find out different type of means, different type of deeds and ways to make Allah happy whenever, wherever we find, and those are the best to make Allah happy. So we have to try that one. If we are trying that one, we will be at the day of judgment in the group of Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, because he was the first person for whom Allah mentioned in this ayat that this person he sold himself just for Allah. And we are the people, we will be like that if we are just to sell ourselves just for Allah's will, and to make Allah happy. So we have to sacrifice each and everything what is coming in our mind, so leave that one and to replace it with the sharia and what is the command of Allah and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we make our life following that one, alhamdulillah, we will be the best person to make Allah happy. And then wallahu raufum bil ibad, and then Allah is very kind to the people who are like that. So even you can see the martyr, the person who is shaheed. So that person is also the blessed person, because that person is just to give his life and just for Allah. And he is the person to sell himself before Allah, because the life is the the best thing, the last one, the top most expensive thing is the life. So when the person is just ready to give the life for Allah who has given already to us, so automatically that reward is so much. This way Allah said for them, you are not allowed to say them who are died just for Allah that they are dead. You don't say. They are alive, but you don't know, because the sense how they are alive, so you have no sense of that one. And you, those people, they are given the risk, they have food and everything, and their life is like the normal life, better than you. So this way Allah said, don't say those people who are to die just for Allah. So this way, these people are the best people who are uh, who are to make Allah happy. So this type of trade is the best one. So Suhaib bin Sanan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he was traveling in his migration, from Mecca to Medina, on the way when he was at Hara place, and then at that place Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu and other Sahaba Ridwanullah alaihim ajmain, they came to receive him with warm welcome. So and they congratulated him that the Prophet ﷺ is so much happy, and Allah is very happy with you, and your trade that has the best profit, and it means what you have done, and that is the best trade before Allah, because you sold yourself just for Allah, because you gave away everything, every belonging just for Allah, and came with empty hand just for Allah and Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that is the best trade what you have done, and Allah mentioned in Holy Quran, and also Allah is very kind to you. And when Suhaib bin Sanan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he reached and came before Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he became very happy, and he gave him happy news that Allah is very happy with you, and Allah is this ayat Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited before him, that wa minan nasi man yashri nafsahu ibtigha'a mardatillah wallahu raufun bil ibad. So this way, if a person is just to do a thing just with the good mind, with a nice intention, just for Allah, and with sincerity and purity, and follow the Sharia of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then leaving all type of desires and the evil practices of that comes in mind from shaitan, leaving all those things, just doing everything for Allah with purity and sincerity, and then that person is just the intention in mind is to make Allah happy. So that is rewardable and possible to make that person in the group of Suhaib bin Sanan Rumi radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was the person who mentioned in Holy Quran in this ayat, that so Allah became very happy because he sold himself just for Allah, Allah's will, and Allah is very kind. And people who are following this and also to make Allah happy, at the day of judgment they will get the best reward. And this type of ayat is also you can find in Torah and Bible. So also there also, so Allah is very happy to those people who are just to, because Rauf is Allah's name. It means if a person who gets the benefit from Rauf, Allah makes the person's mind, mashallah, very good, pure and sincere. And also Allah makes the tongue of that person sweet and make the heart of that person soft, and also give the person the best ikhlaq and manners, who is ready to do everything just for Allah, to make Allah happy, following Sharia of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is very happy also, because for those people who are trying, who are striving to make Allah happy, and because Allah is also beneficent to them, Allah is merciful to them, Allah is very kind to them. So who are in search of the ways to make Allah happy, we request Allah that Allah give us tawfiq to make, to find out more ways which will make Allah happy, and to do everything according to the Sharia of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in this world and the world hereafter, we can get the reward. Ameen.